Hello everyone, and welcome to this reading. This is going to be your psychic tarot reading for the new moon in Aries. Okay, so go ahead and take a deep breath, tap into your own intuition, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I went into meditation for your reading. I saw you holding a present with a big bow on it, and you untied the bow and unwrapped the present, and inside the gift is a black cat. Okay, so this is telling me that your spiritual gifts are opening up. This could be new abilities or enhanced abilities that you already have. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with Angels and Ancestor Wisdom Oracle. I've already shuffled all the cards we'll be using. Okay, what do we need to know, please, Spirit, or about these spiritual gifts, energy of the new moon in Aries? Okay, and we have drum battle, and it says awaken your fighting spirit. Yeah, and especially in this Aries energy, right? This very Aries is very action oriented energy, right? So this is definitely a time of taking action and standing fearlessly, right? Standing fearlessly in your powers, in your abilities, right? The fight, awaken your fighting spirit. Okay, what else do we need to know, please, Spirit? Spiritual gifts opening up. Okay, yeah, and this is one that you scan, right? But I always see this as like the eye of the universe, right? I just posted on the community tab, the universe is in your eye, right? Absolutely. Also, I'm getting like a third eye, right? So part of your spiritual gifts, using your third eye. And I'm seeing this right now as like a sword going through, right? So seeing the truth, seeing clearly, okay? And that's literally what clairvoyance means, clear vision. So opening up your clairvoyance. Beautiful. Okay, yeah, and we have Dancer of Light. Let your inner light shine. Yes. So authenticity, right, is the highest vibration. And being your authentic self with your gifts, allow yourself to shine, right? The truth is within you. Absolutely. Okay, so use your gifts. Let them shine. Okay. All right, and we have Panther Protector. All right, and it says find strength in the darkness. Yeah, right? Like over here, drum of battle, right? Finding the strength to take the action, right? Taking action, using your gifts, letting your light shine, finding strength in the darkness. Also, panthers could be, or big cats could be significant to you, synchronicity. Also, I'm getting that you are protected, highly protected. Okay, and we have Angel of Joy. Yeah. And it says embrace joy and happiness. Absolutely. Like we were saying, right? The highest vibration is your authentic self, right? This fuels your passion, creativity, gifts, embracing joy and happiness. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So bringing forth clairvoyance, standing in your truth, taking the actions, okay, finding the strength, right? Having strength. You're protected through this, and embracing your joy and happiness. Okay, all right, let's get some from the tarot using Rider-Waite-Smith. You need to know, please, the tarot. Opening up these spiritual gifts, clairvoyance, clear vision, authenticity. Okay. All right. And we have Three of Pentacles. Okay. So working together, working with spirit as well, I'm getting that, okay? And working together. And I just heard on an energetic plane, you don't always see the workings of what's going on, okay? Right? Like on an energetic level, using your gifts, it's actually helping the entire collective. That's what I'm getting from this, right? Using your spiritual gifts for clarity, being your authentic self, right? Embracing your joy and happiness helps you, yes, working together with others to bring forth this type of energy and developing their gifts, but also, and on an energetic level, this is helping the collective, raising the vibration for the highest good. Just you being in your authentic self, that is, okay, I just heard that is the gift, your authentic self, right? These are just byproducts, the clear vision, right? The clairvoyance. Beautiful. You are the gift. Okay, another from the tarot, please, Spirit. What else do we need to know? Okay, we've got 3. Oh my. Okay, a bunch came out. We'll take them all. Okay, these wanted to come out. All right, so the next card we have, we'll go through them one at a time, is 2 of Pentacles, right? Okay, finding balance, okay? Finding balance. This is finding balance, you know, mind, body, spirit, your masculine, feminine, finding balance through spirit realm, physical realm, finding the balance, right? Absolutely. Okay. All right. And then we have, and I'm going to have to get something to cover this up. But then we have double energy here. Okay. And let me see here. Cover these guys up. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. So see how this is falling too, right underneath Dancer of Light, right? And we were talking about authenticity being the highest form of vibration. Yeah, this is how you repel this double energy, right? Right? Because, okay, we'll keep them covered up here. Okay. Being loosed from the chains, right? And it's almost like I'm getting like this like last ditch effort here from this energy. This could be a person in your life. This could be just thoughts, feelings, ideas, circumstances, any of those things. However it's showing up for you. Take how it resonates for you, okay? But I am getting like, this is a last ditch effort. Like the devil's like, hey, don't you want to worry about something? Don't you want to doubt yourself? Don't you want to, you know what I mean? And that's this, find strength in the darkness, right? You have the power over this, being your authentic self. You can see clearly. Yes. Beautiful. Okay. And then we've got 7 of Swords. All right. And so this to me right now is strategy, right? Using strategy. So you're using your spiritual gifts, and you're also using your logic and understanding and intuition, right? And your mental ability. Swords are mental, they're thoughts. So using that, you're being strategic with your thoughts, right? So you're not believing this, right? This illusion of doubting yourself, doubting your gifts, what you can do, what you're capable of is not real. So using that mental strategy to overcome that, right? Absolutely. And embracing joy and happiness is repelling this, being your authentic self, right? It's just naturally is. And you're also protected by angels, your guides, ancestors. Absolutely. Okay, and the last tarot card that came out is the Chariot. Okay, so absolutely, this is one of the fastest moving energies in the deck. And this is, again, the balance, right? Mastering balance between masculine, feminine, higher self, lower self, spirit realm, physical realm, right? It's all one, and finding that balance, right? And through that balance from logic and intuition, right? And this is all propelling you forward very quickly, very quickly. Okay, so that's beautiful. So you, like I said, coming into your gifts very quickly. All right. Okay, so I want to get I'm going to get a little bit of advice here from Practical Self-Care Oracle. Let's see what Spirit have to say about a little practical advice here. Okay. All right. Yeah, this came out a bunch when I was shuffling. So you're definitely meant to see this message. And it says, validate your past. Okay. It says, you did the best you could. Feel and empathize with your past, not judge it. Exactly. Right? Like we were talking about over here, overcoming this energy, whatever happened in the past, you were doing the best you could with what you had at the time. Resources, knowledge, energy, all of that. You did the very best you could at the time, right? See? You did the best you could. Okay? Feel and empathize with your past, not judge it. Absolutely. So having an understanding, being a friend, and seeing how going through those things has led you here to get you further along in your path, more wisdom, understanding, able to see clearly, and bring in these spiritual gifts. Absolutely. Okay. What other advice do they need to know, please, Spirit? Okay. Okay. Past life connection. All right. And it says someone with a heavy influence from the past life is with you. Yeah. And this is you. Okay. This is your energy here. Okay. I'm seeing this as gifts that you've had in past lives. Okay. So that could be many, many, many things, right? Ancient, seer, mystic, shaman, oracle, all of those things. Those gifts are coming to you in this life as well. Beautiful. So past life gifts coming in. Beautiful. Okay. And then we have speak up, right? And use your voice. It says, what are you not saying that's eating you up inside? You can't keep this in forever. It's time to let it out so you can move on and be happy. Yeah. Right? Like here, like be your authentic self. Let your gifts shine. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to have fear, right? We don't live in the same times as it was in the past when you had these gifts, right? In the past, there's, the tale old as time of people being, the witch trials and people being persecuted for using their spiritual gifts. But now we're in a different energy and a different time. This is much more acceptable, and it's becoming more and more. Even in my lifetime, the amount of acceptance is incredible. I never thought I would see this in my lifetime. It's incredible. It's amazing. So it's okay. It's safe to use your voice, to speak up, and use your gifts. Beautiful. This is great advice. Great advice and information. Let's get 2 more of these, please. Okay. And it says denial. Yeah. Denial to accept a situation, unhealthy cycles or addictions. Yeah. So you may be cycling out of addictions or things like that, but I'm really taking this as being in denial of your gifts, being in the self-judgment, worry, self-doubt is what I'm trying to say, self-sabotaging, of being in denial, right? When it's okay, it's okay. You don't have to deny these gifts or pretend. This could also be pretend like you don't have them, okay, to the world. And that's up to you. We all have free will, but you are safe. They are coming in, and you are safe to use your gifts to shine your light, right? You don't have to turn away or be in denial or shy away or dim your light. Shine your light. Beautiful. Okay, one more, please. All right, yeah. Balance. Yes, balance. Two of Pentacles, balance. Yes, finding the balance here, right? Juggling too many things at once. Find time for yourself. Absolutely. So focus on yourself. Give yourself that self-love. Do things that bring you joy and happiness. And allow yourself to balance these things out, right? Absolutely. It's going to help bring this all in very quickly. Yeah. Okay. All right. And on the bottom, I did see shadow work. And it says, uncover every part of you that has been repressed and abandoned. Okay. And so I feel like you've already done a lot of this shadow work. And that's what's pulling in these gifts. And there may just be this last little bit here with this lingering, like I said, the final attempt here. Are you sure? Are you good enough? Can you do it? Do you even have these gifts? Is this even real? I'm hearing all those questions. Yes, it's real. It's true. You're authentic. You're authentic. You're truly who you think you are. You have these gifts. You have spiritual gifts. Okay? All right. Beautiful. Final message. We're going to get one from the Ancient Stones. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Cycle breaker. Cycle breaker. Yeah. Like I said, you're breaking the cycle of doubt and self-sabotage, of denial, right? Yeah. Finding balance, coming into your gifts. Okay. All right. Look what we have, guys. Yeah. Scrying. Absolutely. So you may scry, and if you don't, try the scry. And you can scry with anything. You could use a crystal ball. You could use water. You can use anything. You can go look at the bark on a tree or the clouds up in the sky and scry and get messages from that. Okay. And let's see what it says. It says, trust your visions. Yes. Trust your visions, intuition, and plant seeds. Yes. Right. Taking action, inspired action in this new moon and planting the seeds, right? For your intuition, your vision, right? Your gifts. Okay, let's read it out of the book. Scrying. All right. Well, here we go. Okay, scrying. Trust your intuition. Trust your vision. Intuition. Plant the seeds. Okay. Scrying is a divination practice used by wise ones in the world over throughout history. It involves focusing the gaze on an object. For example, stones or crystals, and interpreting the symbols and images that arise. Scrying is used with the intention of receiving visions, clarity or revelations, or simply to invite inspiration. It's a form of psychic seeing. Yes, like I said, you are a seer. Clear vision, right? Okay. Looking deeply and entering a state where we pay attention to what's shown or revealed to us through intuitive senses. The scrying card is a call to trust your intuitive abilities and what your intuition is telling you. Have you been receiving visions lately that were difficult to ignore? Or have you been receiving them but not acting on them? This is a sign to begin to trust your visions and to potentially develop them even more. Yes! Like I said, coming into, if this is already your ability, it's about to go through the sky. Sky high. It starts sky high. Somebody might say that. Or an ancestor or something. Okay. All right. This is a sign to begin to trust your visions and to potentially develop them even more. Yes, one of the best ways to trust your intuition is to act on it when you receive it. The more we act on it and receive confirmation, the more confident we become. You may also be called to find structured ways to develop your psychic seer abilities through training or your own exercises. Perhaps you're even being called to work with the stones through scrying. To do this, find a stone or crystal, soften your gaze, and really connect with the consciousness of it. Merge with the stone and let it reveal to you what you most need to see, hear, feel, or experience. Notice the patterns that form in any images that come to you, externally or internally. Let the wisdom of the stone or crystal reveal to you what you need to see, hear, and feel the most. Yes. And the soul inquiry is, how are you being called to develop your intuitive abilities? I mean, yes, absolutely. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. Couldn't think of a better way to end this message. Beautiful abilities coming in, your spiritual gifts. Okay, I love it. And that can be your homework. You can go scry and you can use, like I said, anything you have. Stones, water. You can use like the, like I said, a tree or wood, the grass, clouds. Okay. All right, guys, I love you so much. And thank you for joining me. Thank you, guides, angels, spirit, ancestors. Thank you for coming through with these messages for collective. We appreciate, love you, and we are so blessed. All right, and until next time, peace.